Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel for the first time. I'm Ray. I've run a grocery store for 7 years now, and let's just say it's been a roller coaster of emotions, as you can see from my many other videos on this channel. But there's one thing that I learned throughout this journey, this business, that I don't think I would have picked up from working an ordinary job, and I think it will be valuable to you because I know when I was in my mid-20s, this is something that could have changed my trajectory forever. And as always, I want to be as transparent as possible on this channel and with this business, and I don't do any of the glamour that you see online about, you know, the 24/7 hustle and the Bugattis and, you know, living this passive lifestyle on the beach. I don't do any of that. I tell you, this is very hard work to run any business. It's never going to be easy. It probably won't make you rich. You have a high failure rate, and it will be the most amazing thing you've ever done for yourself. Here's what you can understand. No one cares about you. No one's coming to fix you or help you succeed. There's a very few people besides your immediate family that really cares if you succeed or not. Because you can tell anyone you want about all these things you're going to do, but no one really cares if you do them or not, right? And that's something that a lot of people think they have this imaginary audience that is waiting for them to do something grand, or maybe the other way, they think everybody's waiting for them to fail. No one cares. They have so many of their own things they want to do. No one is coming to save you and make you do the things that you need to do. Take anything from this video but that sentence. No one is coming to help you do the things you need to do. Maybe you can say your parents will help you, but other than that, I am telling you right now, no one cares about what you're doing as much as you think they do. And that's what I learned when I opened this store. Everyone has so many of their own problems and are living their own life. I promise you, your problems, your plans, your successes are on the bottom of their list. Don't like that as you will. That's the truth, and the sooner you learn that, the better. So I'm going to tell you something that I've seen with so many people, including myself, and including my business partner in my new marketing business, who's still in his 20s. Nobody wants to finish anything. Nobody wants to do anything but talk about doing the thing they want to do. No one wants to execute anything. They want to talk and sit around thinking, planning, doing everything but actually executing their ideas. And I am no better. I still do this all the time. But what we get caught into is this revolving door of ideas. And if you really look at it, you'll know there's people in your life that have been planning to start something, do something, finish something for 10 to 15 years, 5 to 10 years, even 1 year is too long. If you know that person, or you are that person that is constantly running through millions of different ideas and never executing, I am here to tell you this is one of the most important things you can ever truly commit to, is stop talking. I am so tired of sitting down with people who have talked about things that they have planned to do back in 2012, and now it's 2025, and we're still rehashing the same ideas. If they spent even a tenth of the time planning, talking, and discussing their ideas, they would be on another universe. I'm not trying to badmouth anyone. I'm trying to help get out of this system of never being able to finish anything. There's something beautiful about completing something. Even this video. If I started this video and I never hit upload, what is it? It doesn't exist anymore. No one knows I did any of this. No one knows I've planned this or wanted to talk about it. It just exists in a realm of incomplete work that means absolutely nothing. And again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm literally telling you that something that I've finally overcome is the talking and the planning and the discussing is fun, it's exciting, and now I feel like a pessimist when I sit with people because I don't really participate in the, you know, 7th discussion of an idea. The first, the second, the third, no problem. I'm there, I'm happy to, you know, rattle off ideas, a constructive criticism. But once we hit the 7th, 8th time and it's been 4 or 5 years, it's like, what are we really doing here? I'm doing you a disservice by continuing to listen to you complain about your situation, but we never actually take any real steps in doing anything to fix it. So, for a personal example, my marketing agency, I did the initial research and got the ball rolling one step at a time. By the way, if you want to help your small business grow on social media, I can work on that with you one-on-one. Please email me in the description and we can get that started. But I'm not trying to plug that business. Okay, I am a little bit. But truthfully speaking, what did I have in my back pocket for this marketing agency? Yes, I've marketed this business for 7 years. I've marketed Felicia's business for a few years. But I did the research needed. I partnered with the right people and I got to where I needed to be. Like, listen, I'm not trying to say I'm this master businessman. I'm literally no smarter than any of you when it comes to business. But I'm willing to actually stop talking about something and just try to get it going. And now it's been a year with multiple clients and here we are. You know, it's not gonna be gangbusters overnight, but at the end of the day, I'm light years ahead of where I would be if all we did is just discuss it at a table, Felicia and I, or my business partner and I. Like, these are the things I'm saying. Time will go on anyways, no matter what, even if you just talk about it, or if you actually commit to sitting down and finding out a way to build it. Maybe you don't have the money, maybe you find a way to do it, you know, without any money at the start, or you need some sort of loan. You know, there's really no excuse anymore with the internet and how much time everyone spends on their phone on why you can't start to succeed on the things you want to do. And of course, every business starts with an idea. Everything you want to do is an idea. I want a new job, that's an idea. You know, I want to move houses, that's an idea. I want to get into real estate, these are ideas. But what has made it so difficult in our mind for the simple things? Why is writing a 1 or 2 page business plan, why did we make that hard? Why do we avoid that so badly? Why is picking up the phone and calling the city hard? How is dialing a number hard? You know, we made everything hard except one thing. Scrolling through social media and talking about things, watching TikToks and Reels, and just simply sitting down and bullshitting ourselves into thinking these things are hard. These are not hard things. You have decided that they're hard. And time goes on and, you know, people get older and that time never comes. Your idea stays an idea and you stay in the same position you've been in for the last 10 to 15 years because you keep discussing, talking, and putting things off that are simply not hard. And I'm not trying to say business is hard. Business is easy. Business is one of the hardest things you can do. But if you want to do something so bad and you spend 10 years or 5 years or 2 years discussing it, thinking about it, what is the point of the conversation anymore? Is it just for entertainment, and if that's always what it's going to be, that's fine. But if it comes from a negative place where you are kind of hating where you're at or complaining about your situation, then what are we doing just thinking, talking, and planning if you never actually want to do the actual work that it takes to get out of the situation? And yes, you know, obviously fulfilling everything that it needs to start a business or get a new job or move houses or get into real estate, everything is doable, right? But the one thing I've really learned from this business is just start with the minimal next steps. What is the minimal action I can do to get started? Because this starts the momentum that you need to actually get this going. If you truly want to open a cafe, restaurant, store, start with the easiest minimal next steps. Because what I see people doing is they get into these grandiose ideas. I'm gonna have this restaurant, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm hiring staff. You're starting with the dream. Start with the easy part, looking up how to open a restaurant in your city is the first very easiest step. You don't have to leave your bed. But people won't even do that because they think, oh, if I start that, then I have to start, you know, a business plan. Okay, good. How are you going to get to this goal if you will not even do the very minimal next steps to get to where you want? For me, listen, for this store, obviously everyone thought it was going to be some weird pipe dream, but it started with simply finding out exactly how to create a business plan for a business such as this. That was the first step, looking up how to create a business plan. And then it rolled from there. I started looking at obtaining funding. I started looking at spaces. These are just minimal research things I did in a few evenings. But what I'm noticing is nobody even wants to do that because they've complicated this idea that only certain people smarter than them can start businesses. At the end of the day, you can do whatever anybody else is doing. There's nobody out there smarter than you or better than you. Yes, they may have more knowledge on certain things, but if you truly commit to something, you can be as good as anybody in anything. All right, you know, mind you, there's going to be IQ levels and certain talent that, you know, you don't have. But work and hard work will always outweigh talent anyway. So if you are willing to dedicate the time it takes to start with the minimal steps needed, that's literally all you need to do is keep the ball rolling one step at a time. One step at a time is what got me here. I started with literally zero, nothing in my bank account. And I'm not saying I'm rich now, but this is how it all starts. And then you go from there. I'm gonna end this one here, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, I really appreciate you spending the last 10 to 15 minutes with me. When you could be watching anybody else, you chose to stick with this video on this channel. So thank you very much.